Okay, there you go.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Phil.
Let me introduce you.
All
Todd
right.
Silva has a secret identity. Secret Dollar Man. That's because every day he gives away $1. Every day. Todd's idea eventually grew into give away $1 a day, a worldwide generosity movement that spans the globe. Thanks for joining us today, Todd.
Well, thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me. This is great. I'm glad we're doing this. I know we've talked about this for a couple of weeks, putting this together, and I'm glad we've got this going.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to hearing about this too. So let me get right into the questions. How did you get the idea to give away $1 a day?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, how to get started? Boy, that's it's a long story, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just make it real concise for you, and I think I can do that. Several years ago, I was in a situation in my life where I was really being tasked with some real hard setbacks, mostly in the area of my finances and also career. And because of what I was facing, I really realized I needed to do a lot of inner work, if you will. I had been through similar situations before, but never as deep as this particular one right here. So I wanted to find out why I had done this, and why I was continuing to repeat these patterns. I don't want to go into a whole lot of details because it doesn't really help with how Give Away $1 a Day got started. But I will just say that a lot of it was in the area of the stock market. I went off the deep end in the stock market. And what I really discovered, though, as I mentioned, I wanted to do a lot of kind of inner reflective work and self-study to understand, why did I really do this? I could have just assumed that this was just an event and that there was nothing deeper in it. But I really realized that there might be something deeper. So I wanted to find out what was really going on with me. Why did I make these decisions to do this? And I discovered something that was very unusual and that I didn't expect. And what I really realized was that I had spent a large part of my life, not in all of the areas of my life, but in some areas, in areas of relationships and areas of business, where I was really more concerned about me. I was spending a lot of time thinking about what I could get from situations, from business situations, from business connections and things like that. So I was very interested and very concerned about what's in it for me, and less so what I could give back or share, going back the other way. So these setbacks, though, that I was mentioning a couple of years ago, these ended up really being a blessing in disguise, because this was my wake-up call to look at all this and to really start asking myself the questions, all right, how did I get into this? And better yet, what do I do? What do I need to do to get out of this? What do I need to do to change this and to get onto a right track? And so the blessing that really sprung from all of this was an inspiration that I received in a prayer one week. I was praying at the time. I pray every morning, and I do a prayer meditation practice every morning, and it's a part of the day that I really cherish. And when I mentioned that there was an inspiration that I received one week, it's because there were a few prayers over several days where these little bits and pieces started to come together. What I heard at first, and this is an inspiration, and I don't mind saying this, I'm having a conversation with God, literally. And what I heard was, Todd, you've been thinking about yourself. You've kind of been having your energy directed towards you and all of your intentions towards you. And look at what it's gotten you. It's gotten you some real financial messes, and it's gotten you some career messes. And I'm going to give you a second chance. I'm going to give you a chance to turn it around, but you got to follow my guidance. And what I was inspired to do was to begin to turn it around by giving away. And it went a little bit further. This voice went a little further and said, in fact, since you've been kind of a buckethead in the area of finances, what I want you to do is I want you to give away money. And I want to go one more. I want you to give away $1, and I want you to do it every day. So I shared it with you like this, Phil, because this isn't something that happened. I didn't hear give away $1 a day just in an instant. This inspiration evolved over several days, over several mornings. But eventually what it kind of came together as was give away $1 a day. And when I first heard this, I thought my brain kicked in, and I said, all right, yeah, you want me to give away $1 a day? This sounds pretty goofy, and I'm having some real financial challenges right now, and you want me to give away money when I really don't feel like I'm in the shape to be doing this? Well, that was my brain talking, and that was my logic mind talking, because what happened is pretty instantly there was another part of me, and I would call it my heart, I would call it my soul, I would call it that inner knowing within that knew that this was exactly the right thing that I needed to do. This was what I was supposed to do, to turn this around, to quit constantly be thinking about me and to start thinking about others and to start giving away. Money was the symbol when I began give away $1 a day. Money was the symbol for giving. And since I began it over a year and a half ago, it's going on about 2 years that I've been doing this consistently every day. Money was the symbol that I was giving, that I was using for giving away every day. But it's really what has really happened and been so magnificent about this, Phil, is that it has increased my awareness about giving in all areas of my life now. So with my family, with my wife and daughters, with my relationships and in business, I'm doing things a lot differently now. I'm not thinking about me constantly all the time anymore. I'm thinking about others and what can I share and what can I give back and how can I give back. So that's kind of the story of how it began, and also just some of the marvelous shifts that it has created within me since I began it.
Great. Well, the way I sum it up is, tell me if you agree with this, your every thought, word, and deed magnetically draws to you more of the same in even greater abundance according to the law of attraction. So, paradoxical as it may sound, the best way to get what you want is to give away a portion of what you already have, because the message you're sending to the universe when you give to others is, I have an abundant supply of this. Like attracts like, so the universe responds by bringing you more of it. And
absolutely.
There's a great quote, to receive everything, one must open one's hands and give. And that's by Tyson Deshamaru. I can't pronounce that, but it's basically what we're talking about.
Absolutely. And I tell you, I couldn't have said it better. And it is a paradox too, Phil, because there are a lot of folks that are giving away $1 a day now across the world, as you had mentioned in the introduction. And what I really suggest to people is that there is a paradox here, that I urge people not to give away $1 a day so that they can get something in return. Right. Because then that's the behavior there is that we're still doing something in order to get. So the attention is still on what can I get? Mm-hmm. What's in it for me? Does that make sense?
Yeah, the law of attraction operates in direct proportion to your purity of intent. You'll only receive more of what you give away if you offer it with caring detachment, a loving heart, and no expectations.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And let's wrap up part 1 of the interview here, because YouTube only has 10-minute chunks. So where I'm going to end this, call me right back for part 2.
Okay, sounds good.